Today, we're exploring one of the most unsettling and mysterious phenomena hiding in plain sight across America, the missing 411 cases. Across vast national parks, dense forests, and remote wilderness areas, people vanish every single year. Hikers, campers, hunters, children, and even highly experienced outdoorsmen, some disappear within seconds, leaving no trace behind. What's more unsettling are the eerie patterns connecting these disappearances. Victims found in impossible locations, clothes removed or folded, search dogs refusing to track scents, and bodies discovered in areas previously searched multiple times. David Paulides, a former police detective, has spent decades studying these cases, revealing patterns that defy ordinary explanations. In this video, we'll explore the history, the most haunting cases, the bizarre patterns, the theories, and what may still be hiding in America's wildest lands. Segment 1. Origins of Missing 411. The Missing 411 phenomenon was first documented by David Paulides, who spent decades in law enforcement. Paulides noticed that certain disappearances in national parks didn't fit normal patterns. Many of the missing were experienced in wilderness survival, yet they disappeared quickly and mysteriously. Others were children who vanished while under adult supervision. Some were hunters and hikers familiar with the terrain, yet they went missing as if the wilderness itself had swallowed them. Paulides began compiling data from public records, newspaper articles, and Freedom of Information Act requests. He discovered that these disappearances occurred in clusters in certain regions. Many involved strange circumstances that made traditional search and rescue efforts almost impossible. In some cases, the victims were found far outside the search zone, often at higher elevations or in locations difficult to reach. He published his findings in the Missing 411 book series, detailing hundreds of cases and highlighting unexplained similarities. Paulides also raised questions about government secrecy, noting that the National Park Service often refused to provide records or full explanations. Segment 2. Patterns and Statistics. Looking at the data, some chilling patterns emerge. Geographic clusters Yosemite National Park is a hotspot with dozens of disappearances. Other locations include the Great Smoky Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Crater Lake, Glacier National Park, and remote areas of Alaska. Age and gender trends children are disproportionately represented, often under 10 years old. Many disappearances involve adults, especially men familiar with the outdoors. Environmental oddities. Some victims vanish near bodies of water, cliffs, or dense brush. Others are found in high-altitude or inaccessible areas far from where they were last seen. Search and rescue anomalies. Dogs sometimes refuse to track scents. Search teams often find victims in areas already searched. Sometimes only partial remains are recovered, or victims are discovered in an unnatural posture. Time of disappearance. Many cases occur during summer months when parks are busiest. Others occur in harsh weather conditions, yet victims vanish rapidly without struggle. Segment 3. Famous and chilling cases. Here we'll explore some of the most notorious and haunting missing 411 cases. Case 1. Dennis Martin, 1969. Dennis Martin, a 6-year-old boy, disappeared in the Great Smoky Mountains while playing hide-and-seek with other children. Within minutes, he vanished. A massive search effort included thousands of volunteers, National Guard troops, and even Green Berets, yet he was never found. No clues, no tracks, no evidence, nothing. Case 2. Stacy Arras, 1981. Stacy Arras, 14, was hiking in Yosemite National Park with her camera. She wandered only a few hundred yards from her group and never returned. Her disappearance baffled investigators. Her body has never been found. Case 3. Paul Fugate, 1980. Paul Fugate, a seasoned park ranger, vanished during a patrol at Chiricahua National Monument. His disappearance remains unsolved, despite his experience and knowledge of the terrain. Case 4. Jaryd Atadero, 1999. 3-year-old Jaryd disappeared in Colorado while hiking with a group. Years later, his remains were found at a high elevation that a toddler could never reach alone. His clothing was almost perfectly intact. Case 5. Dior Kunz, 2015. Dior, a toddler camping in Idaho, disappeared without a trace. Despite extensive search efforts, he was never found. This case has all the hallmarks of a missing 411 disappearance: young age, sudden vanishing, and no trace. Case 6. James Kim, 2006. While technically outside a park, this family's case highlights similar mysteries. While traveling in Oregon, James and his family were stranded in heavy snow. Search efforts found his remains far from the car, in a location difficult to access, suggesting strange circumstances played a role. Case 7, Carl Herman, 2003. Herman, a 50-year-old hunter, disappeared in New Mexico. He was an experienced outdoorsman, but search teams never found him. Later, a skeletal remain was discovered miles from the original search area, an impossible distance given the terrain. These cases show commonalities: sudden disappearances, impossible locations, incomplete remains, and search anomalies. Segment 4. Eyewitness and Search Team. Stories. Many search and rescue teams have reported bizarre experiences during missing 411 investigations. Volunteers often feel uneasy in certain areas, as if the terrain itself is hostile. Dogs sometimes refuse to follow scents beyond a certain point. Some searchers have described hearing sounds of people calling for help, only to find no one. In multiple cases, helicopters spotted something unusual from the air, but when rescuers reached the location, there was nothing. For example, during the search for Dennis Martin, searchers described sudden fog, shifting weather patterns, and confusing topography that made navigation nearly impossible. These environmental factors, while natural, contributed to the eerie aura surrounding these disappearances. Segment 5. Theories explored in depth. Let's examine the most prominent theories behind missing 411 cases. Natural explanations, exposure, accidents, animal attacks, or falls. These theories struggle to explain impossible locations, sudden vanishings, and unusual body conditions. Criminal activity, kidnappings, or murder. While plausible in some cases, the remote locations and lack of evidence suggest that many disappearances are unrelated to human perpetrators. Government cover-ups. Paulides has suggested the National Park Service and other agencies might conceal records, either due to liability or darker motives. This remains speculative, but the refusal to release full data fuels suspicion. Extraterrestrial abductions, UFO sightings near disappearance sites, and reports of missing time have led some to propose alien involvement. No verifiable evidence exists, but it is a popular theory within the missing 411 community. Interdimensional portals. Some suggest wilderness areas contain window zones to other dimensions. Victims vanish suddenly, and searchers find them in impossible locations, which some claim supports this theory. Cryptids and supernatural beings. Legends of Bigfoot, skinwalkers, and spirits from Native American folklore. Some investigators believe unknown creatures may be involved, given the patterns and locations. Environmental factors. Magnetic anomalies, infrasound, and geological forces could disorient or cause panic. Certain areas seem to trap people, causing confusion and sudden disappearance. Segment 6. Historical and cultural context. Native American tribes often have legends of forest spirits or beings that can lure travelers. Many missing 411 hotspots overlap with sacred or historically significant tribal lands. Throughout history, the wilderness has always held danger. But the modern phenomenon shows that even with GPS, satellites, and trained search teams, people still vanish mysteriously. Segment 7. Patterns and analysis. David Paulides and other researchers have identified specific patterns. Disappearances often occur near water, cliffs, or dense vegetation. Search dogs fail to track scents beyond a certain point. Clothing is sometimes missing or neatly folded. Children and the elderly are more frequently affected. These patterns are consistent across decades, locations, and national parks, suggesting that these cases are not random accidents. The missing 411 phenomenon challenges our understanding of nature, wilderness safety, and perhaps reality itself. Are these cases simply tragic accidents, criminal acts, or something far stranger? The evidence is inconclusive, but the patterns cannot be ignored. The next time you visit a national park, remember, The wilderness is beautiful, awe-inspiring, and sometimes mysteriously unforgiving. The missing 411 cases remind us that even in the modern world, there are still mysteries that defy explanation. Stay curious. Stay vigilant. And remember, some secrets of the wild are never meant to be fully understood.